8th sloka. In this sloka, Bhagavan says, O Partha, by virtue of constant practice, the mind has to be brought to a point, and by directing this one-pointed attention on God, one attains the Supreme Being or the divine state. So in the sloka, he says, without steady and persistent practice, the mind can never dwell on God, particularly at the time of death. In the earlier sloka, Bhagavan says, whoever thinks of me at the time of death, they will attain me. Or whatever they think of at the time of death, they will become that. And in the previous sloka, Bhagavan tells Arjuna to concentrate, to surrender his mind and intellect to him, and he concentrate on the war. So you do your swadharma and you surrender your mind and intellect to me. This is how Karma Yogi does. So he already explained what is Karma Yoga. So he says, do the karma as a Karma Yogi, because your mind is in thoughts of me. So I am there. So you do your duty. So now in this sloka he says, the one who thinks of him at the time of death, he will attain him. But he says, is it? Now we have a question, how is it possible? Is it possible we remember him at the time of death? It is possible when we do abhyasa, when we practice. So the practice of thinking of Bhagavan and worshipping him and learning his slokas and learning scriptures, because these are the ways by which we remember God. God is always in our thoughts. If we do it constantly, then definitely we will be in thoughts of Bhagavan at the time of death. That is what he says. So how is it possible? That is what Bhagavan explains here. So it is possible to remember him at the time of death if it is practiced over the period of time. So we have to practice right from our childhood. That is why we teach children to say sloka. We start from a simple sloka and ask them to close their eyes and think of Bhagavan for 5 minutes. Then slowly, as they grow older, the time of their attention, the concentration on Bhagavan, meditation on Bhagavan increases, and they develop the attention without getting distraction. So that is what focused mind. So this is what Bhagavan. So if you do that, definitely we will be in the position to remember Bhagavan at the time of death. So one who remembers me, one who thinks of me, one who is in dhyana without any other thoughts, he will attain me. That is what Bhagavan says, and Bhagavan is assuring that yes, he will come to me. So when it is possible, it is in our hands to execute it. And Bhagavan is the one who gives everything to people. For example, if you pray him for wealth, yes, he gives. If you pray him for getting relieved from this birth and death, yes, he gets. He helps us to get it. And if you pray him to be only with him, to attain moksha, yes, he makes it true. So Bhagavan, whatever we ask, that is the fruit of action. Whatever is in our mind, he makes it possible to get it to the devotees. So here Bhagavan, if you ask for wealth, Bhagavan doesn't say, no, I am giving only moksha. So he aim for moksha. He doesn't say that. He says, even if you ask for wealth, that is what Aishwaryati. Bhagavan says, yes, you are praying only me. You are not going to someone else, some other God, but you are coming to me. So you have trust in me, and you have bhakti in me. So I am accepting you, and he is bestowing the devotee with whatever he wants. So what happens when we start getting or receiving whatever we want from Bhagavan? Naturally, our faith in Bhagavan, our bhakti in Bhagavan, our concentration on Bhagavan, everything increases. So as it increases, what happens? We become closer to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan also expects, at one point of time, we will not like any more wealth. We get detached from wealth, from material life. So, but Bhakta will be turning towards getting only moksha. So this is what Bhagavan says here. So here he is dealing with the devotees with the psychological ways. So here we find, yes, we accumulate wealth, but at one point of time we feel, okay, it is enough and I have enjoyed everything. Okay, I don't want. So we have nothing to ask for. So what happens? Our concentration is on only Bhagavan now. So we want to be with Bhagavan, we want to do service to Bhagavan. So our thoughts are only about that. So naturally we are not expecting any material benefit from Bhagavan. So the bhakti develops and we are getting detached from material life. So that is why Bhagavan gives you, even when you ask for wealth, it is not that only moksha, but he is the one who is the only one who can give moksha. But he is giving the wealth, he is giving you that kaiva is. That is, he is fulfilling the wishes of Aishwaryarthi, Kaivalyarthi and Bhagavallaparthi. So this is what Bhagavan deals the devotees. So what happens? As he gives or as he rewards the devotees for their whatever they want, so slowly we are going closer to Bhagavan, and definitely our mind will be thinking of only Bhagavan and we ask for moksha. This is how the elevation takes place. So this is what Bhagavan expects. We have to go up the ladder. It is not that we should be, that we should not be complacent with whatever we have. That is, here move away from material. That is what Bhagavan says. When you move away from material only, you aim for moksha. But Bhagavan is grooming us. Because even for Aishwaryarthi, he is paying his devotion to Bhagavan. He is concentrating on, he is with a focused mind, he is praying God. So that is what Bhagavan wants. So that focused mind. And here Bhagavan says abhyasa. And here Bhagavan says in the sloka yoga. And here he says how to remember him at the time of death. So by practice, abhyasa, then yoga. So through bhakti, through devotion only you can do all that. So Bhagavan is slowly bringing or taking us towards him slowly by fulfilling the wishes of the devotees, whatever he wants. Bhagavan is happy with the devotees because they are all approaching only him with the bhakti. So he wants bhakti, he wants focused mind, and he is grooming the people to aim for moksha. That is why he fulfilling the wishes of everyone, every bhakta. For example, if you take Draupadi, she asked for vastram when she was disrobed in the Duryodhana's palace. So that was given by Bhagavan. Then Uttara, she wanted Bhagavan to save her baby in the womb. Bhagavan did it. So it depends on the situation. We ask Bhagavan, we approach Bhagavan and we ask different things. But what happens when Bhagavan is a Vallal, he is someone who is always a giver. So what happens? Because of this divine quality, we get attracted towards Bhagavan. So that that distance become, the devotee and the Bhagavan becomes less by this way. So it is, and we have been thinking whether it is for material benefit, whether it is for Kaivalya, the Kaivalya, we think of Bhagavan always. We pray him always, and he is in our thoughts always. So naturally, we will be thinking of him even at the time of death. It is possible. That is what Bhagavan says. But Bhagavan says, yes, you aim for moksha. So those who are thinking of me at the time of death, thinking of my divine qualities at the time of death, they will come to me with the focused mind. So this focused mind is very, very important. So Gita always tells us or gives us values and how to face life and what all needed for our daily life, everyday's life, we learn from Gita. For example, we talk about Bhagavan's focused mind. This focused mind to be developed right from young age. For example, if children, they have to do their homework or they have to read for half an hour without any distraction. So how do they get that focused mind? We can develop it by spiritual way, telling them sloka, asking them to recite sloka for 10 minutes. It depends on their age. That span of attention has to be taken into consideration. So slowly it has to be increased. So the child of 5 years old, just for at the most 5 minutes, just close eyes and think of Krishna or Rama in any form and chant that sloka. That's enough. Then slowly the child, as the child grows, he develops a span of attention. So what happens? He focuses on Bhagavan, he focuses on the sloka, that helps him to focus on academics too. So whatever he does it with concentration. So that he knows control his mind. He knows to protect him from all sorts of distraction he has around him. So that helps him to lead a life. So this is how the Anmigam, the spiritual path, helps us to be a disciplined and to develop values. Here there are so many values we are taking. So the practice, everything to be practiced, whatever, whether it's a dance or a music or what sports, whatever, to be practiced. Only then we'll get. So here the question is, will we remember Bhagavan at the time of death? Yes, it is possible because you do it throughout your life. So that is what abhyasa. So in practice, be in his thoughts without any other thoughts. So that focused mind. So beautifully we are getting so many values, and Bhagavan is giving this message to this sloka, the Bhagavad Gita, with so many values to us. So we turn to be a good citizen, we turn to be a good human being, we turn to be a good devotee. So finally the devotee is qualifying himself to attain moksha. So for example, if you take Dhruva, he was not allowed by his stepmother to sit on his father's lap. So the stepmother says, if you were born in my womb, you can. Which was not possible at that moment. So the child cried. So the child went to his mother and informed her about all this. Then the mother said, yes, you chant Namo Narayana, you chant his name. Only he can help you. No one can help us. So you do meditation on him. The child, 6-year-old child, did not even know what is meditation, but the child went out and he got the help of Narada Maharishi, and he taught him. First he tested the vairagya of the child, and Narada found, yes, the child is very sure about doing meditation. So Narada taught him how to do meditation and told him which place has to be taken to do meditation. He did it. So when he started the meditation on Bhagavan, it was with the aim of sitting on his father's lap. But as he started, what happened? He went deep into the meditation and he had the form of Bhagavan in his mind. And he never had any other thought in his mind other than Bhagavan. and Bhagavan appeared before him in the same form in which he thought of. Then Bhagavan just touched his cheek with his Panchasanya. So Dhruva sang in praise of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan rewarded him with everything. He made him king, and he had to live. He said, yes, you have to live and do your karma, swadharma, and Dhruva has been given a special position by Bhagavan. So this is the reward of bhakti. So this is so Bhagavan says, even if you start worshipping me for anything, but slowly you will be changing the purpose of worshipping me. Slowly, he is very sure that we will elevate ourselves to the position of asking for moksha. So, who will do that? One who thinks of him always for longer time will remember him at the time of death. So, it is possible. So, this is what Bhagavan says. Because sometimes we wonder why Bhagavan says he will give moksha, but then why he is giving wealth also to the people who ever ask for it? Because they will change their mind, and the bhakti will continue. And even if I ask for getting through in the examination, but I am doing that prayer with focused mind on God. That is what Bhagavan wants. So I am getting practiced in that, and my intention is changing. My intention is later changing to get the moksha. So it is possible to remember him at the time of death. So this sloka gives us so many values for our daily life. Now here there is a Pasuram by Tirumangayalvar. Tirumangayalvar, one of the Tirumangaya Pasuram from Tirkuruntantakam. இம்மையை மறுமை தன்னை எமக்கு வீடாகி நின்ற மேய்மையை விரிந்த சோலை வியன் திருவரங்கம் மேய செம்மையை கருமை தன்னை திருமாலை உரிமை யானை தன்னையை நினைவார் என் தலைமிசை மன்னுவாரே. This is a sloka. The meaning is, we all live happily with whatever we want. We get all things and we live peacefully. This is given by Bhagavan. And Bhagavan also gives us mukti, moksha. So, pray him for getting moksha. This is what Alvar says. And Bhagavan is lying in Tiruvarangam, which is surrounded by cholai. And he changes his colors from yuga to yuga. And he is in Tiruvengaram, Malai. And he is blessing everyone there without any. He is very unbiased. That is what he is blessing everyone. So, you sing in praise of him or talk in praise of him, and he blesses you. He takes you with him. So, this is the way Alvar says how to think of him. So our thoughts should be only around Bhagavan. Only then we will be in remembrance of Bhagavan. There is one more sloka, Pasuram. This Pasuram, Tirumishayalvar. உயிர் கொண்டு உடல் ஒழிய ஓடும் போது ஓடி அயர்வு என்ற தீர்ப்பான் பேர்பாடி செயல் தீர சிந்தித்து வாழ்வாரே வாழ்வார் சிறு சமய பந்தனையார் வாழ்வேல் பழுது. So here Alva says, when your body perishes, that is when the Atma goes away from the body, the messengers from Yama will be coming and they will start treating you for whatever karma we did. But you should not get into that to get the good position. That is not to get all kinds of treatment by the messengers of Yama. To have good position, you chant Bhagavan's Nama. You don't do anything else. Just chant his Nama. and be in his thoughts always. That's enough. So that you will not get into anything. You will have good gadi, that is nargadi. So you will reach him. So this is a very simple upaya. Alvar says, think of him and always chant his name. So you get into the Yamaloka. You will be treated well by the messengers of Vishnu. They will come and take you to his abode. And you will not get into the other subsects, the religions. So the only way is to surrender to Lord Vishnu and pray for moksha. So all the ways, that is, the marga is shown by Bhagavan, and Alvars have explained about the marga. So now it is in our hands to understand and follow Sanatana Dharma and lead a very good life. And it is not enough if we live a good life here, and even after life, what is there, that should be in our mind. For that, we should be always in the thoughts of Bhagavan.